On behalf of the Arts and Education Council, I'm Booker T. Scruggs, and welcome to Point of View. Today's Point of View comes to you in a slightly different format. Each week on this program, we try to inform and educate you, the general public, about what's happening in Chattanooga and the tri-state area in terms of services, recognitions, activities, events, and even trends. Now, after watching today's show, we think that you will agree that much of its content is about trends in pop culture. More specifically, it's a kind of music that many don't understand, don't appreciate, and quite honestly, find downright offensive. In some circles, it's described as hip hop. Some refer to it as rap, and even hardcore rap. In fact, in order for today's Point of View show to be aired, the production staff here at Channel 12, News 12, had to clean up and cut out many of the words, messages, and innuendos of many of the songs which you're about to hear. So very frankly, you will be seeing and hearing an edited version of today's show. Having provided you with this particular disclaimer, and as the chair of the Point of View Committee of the Arts and Education Council, we thought that we would ask the host of today's show, Mr. Monty, why he felt it important to invite his guests to come on Point of View to talk about what they do in the world of pop culture. So, Monty Bell, welcome to this portion of Point of View.
Thank you, Mr. Scruggs, and of course, you know it's indeed my pleasure to be in your presence again.
Okay. As I mentioned, this disclaimer is to talk about the show that we're about to see, the show that you are hosting today on Point of View.
Yes.
As I also mentioned, it is somewhat of a different format. You will be talking with some individuals about what they do in pop culture.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, this phase of pop culture, it can be abrasive, it can be insulting, it can be all that what we have known in some respects hip-hop to be about. Mm-hmm. So why, first of all, how did the idea come to you, or why you want to have this particular program in the first place?
Well, it's a need within our community, particularly among young black males. They need a venue. They need a place to express their freedoms of expression. Chattanooga, unfortunately, does not allow them that platform, whether it's in the work industry, whether it's in the music industry, or whether it's in their neighborhoods and communities. You know, African-American men have a difficult time expressing themselves. And we thought, since I've hosted Point of View on many of occasions, in fact, my first stay at television was through you and the Point of View program. And with what is happening in our community right now in terms of black on black crime, sort of speak, I felt that it was necessary that we allow those who have been participants in the news, for lack of a better phrase, to express themselves via the television news media. There aren't any radio stations per se that actually delve into the lives and concerns of African Americans here locally. We don't have a television network as of today that actually expound upon the lifestyle of African American men in the city of Chattanooga, and not just in Chattanooga, in other cities too, which you'll see in our show today, that we have a cross-section of artists who have had a difficult time being able to express themselves as either men or significant people in their community. And this is what's been missing.
Well, some might ask, why would you choose this particular way of having African Americans express themselves? The use of the N-word, the use of vulgarity, the use of offensive terms in their music. Why not spotlight or highlight what you might call a more high-cultured kind of African American male?
Good question, and I have a good answer. The reason being is that this is their language. The use of the N-word is how they speak to each other. We have been dealt a culture right now that has been displaced in society. As a musician and a former vocalist, the music industry changed drastically the latter parts of the 70s and into the 80s. The music that I loved so much, that soul music, had been interchanged by rap music. It wasn't that I embraced it. And, you know, I found it myself quite offensive when they first came out. But this is the culture in which we have right now, and we have to deal with it. As some would say, it is what it is right now. This is the way that they express themselves among their peers. This is the music that they listen to on the music television stations. And this is what the corporate music industry is selling to the community. It's whether we put it on Point of View today, they'll hear it on the radio tomorrow, you know, or later on tonight. So we're not introducing something that's new. It's new to the city of Chattanooga in this form because African American men have never had an opportunity on television to be expressive, you know, with exception of being in the news as someone that's being targeted for jail, that's being sought after by law enforcement. And what I'm trying to do with this particular Point of View is to show that there is a tremendous amount of talent here in the city of Chattanooga and also in Georgia and other states. But what they're experiencing is the same thing. There seems to be a disproportionate amount of exclusion of young black men. And what I'm hoping to provide with this show is for those who could perhaps invest in something other than the penal system for African Americans. Let's see if we can't show them that although there is some sense of profanity in their music, although they may, to some degree, some might say attack the women in their music, this is their culture.
And you are saying that there ought to be some avenue by which they can make money from what they do in this particular culture,
Exactly.
through this particular culture.
Everyone else is making money off of them. They're making money off of the way that they dress. They're making money off of the language that they're using in their music. And as I said initially, I found it rather challenging as a singer and not just a homeless journalist, that even the style of music that I'm used to, that soul music, that R&B music, was actually replaced by the rap music. So for those who will actually view our show today and may find it quite offensive, I would ask them to listen, you know, a little bit deeper, to not do as they've done to us as the homeless and just put us into a particular category and say that this is all that they have to offer. There's a tremendous amount of money being made off of this type of music. And we just feel that it is our opportunity now to reap some of those benefits.
So ideally, you are hoping that there is some scout out there watching or some music producer out there watching who will see what these young men will be doing on the program today and somehow or another, quote, discover them and put them to work.
Or for that matter, discover Monty Bell once. You know, this is our show, Book. You know, you've been here a long time and I've been here hosting Point of View for quite some time. And it's still not a paid spot. So I'm hoping that they can see that not only are these young men in need of a permanent job, but also Monty Bell too. And if we can take this 30-minute program into an hour-long show, which is what my goal is as a result of this Point of View, and I have to thank you again for that, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had an opportunity in television, because the city never offered that to African-American men per se. The way that I've been able to get 30-something years in broadcasting is through you and the Point of View program.
Well, we thank you for that. But
yes, sir.
Now, before you talk with these young men, some folk might want to know the homeless journalist, you yourself.
Yes,
what
sir.
are you doing now? We've had you on the program as a homeless individual. Folk have come to me and said, he doesn't look like he's homeless. And I must admit today, you don't look like you're homeless, but are you homeless?
Well, to some degree in terms of my journalism, yes. But I've been fortunate enough to meet someone that has taken a tremendous interest in Monty Bell. And I'm wanting to allow that help, my help up, to help these others that are now in need of a help up. I am grateful that God has blessed me to not have that quote unquote stigma that's associated with many African American people and homelessness. And I want to share that experience with these young artists.
Mr. Bell, thank you very much, first of all, for coming up with the idea and the creativity of doing a program like this. And
yes,
we do appreciate your thoughts in reference to these young men who obviously do have some talent. Some might not think it is talent, but who do have that. So now we're going to present to you here on Point of View, hosted by Monty Bell. Here is the program that we mentioned that is somewhat different than the original or than the normal Point of View that you would see. Here is your host, Monty Bell.
Hello, welcome to this edition of Point of View, sponsored by the Arts and Education Council. I'm your moderator, Monty Bell. The streets of Chattanooga inner city neighborhoods are the subjects that's dominating the Chattanooga's daily newspaper and the nightly news, particularly when it comes to African American men in our city, ages 18 to 34. Why does this problem still remain? And what has changed in our society since the 1960s? Particularly since 2008, since the election of America's first black president, President Barack Obama. Today on Point of View, we're going to talk to some African-American males in the city of Chattanooga and from Georgia, and ask them, what are the challenges facing young people today? Our summer has yet to begin, and yet these young men on stage with us today feel that the city of Chattanooga has not treated them fairly. To my immediate right, we have DB, AK, Hitmaker. To his immediate right, we have Santino. And then to his immediate right, we have Cousin T, AKA the Mantis. Gentlemen, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
What do you guys see as the biggest problem facing African-American males here in the city of Chattanooga right now?
Jobs.
Jobs.
Yeah. No work.
No work.
Everybody got to eat.
Everybody needs to work. No
Praying Matters needs to work.
Yes, I do.
So what do you feel is the biggest challenge now that the summer is beginning to bestow us? We can't play at the River Bend. We can't play at Betsy Smith. Is there an avenue for you guys to perform your talent?
Pretty much the only avenue we got to perform is in the hood, in the neighborhood itself.
Well, we've got such a short edition of a lot of information we want to get out on this edition of Point of View. It's a two-part series, and right now, you say that one of the problems is that there's no love in the city of Chattanooga.
There's no love at all.
We'll listen to that song and we'll be right back. This is Point of View, sponsored by the Arts and Education Council.
Trust no. Tell them no love, get back, thank you to face around me. Trust no, anacondas in the grass. Hate to see it, like they want me on my I'm here to school these why they late the class. No love, get back, thank you to face around me. Trust no, anacondas in the grass. Hate to see it, they want me on my I'm here to school these why they late the class. Rule number 1, trust no. Rule number 2, stay by your pistol. Still cocky as ever, the take that. On the road to success, I got haters having fits. Trust no, that mean no love. If you ain't found more plug, the world is crazy, trust me, I don't need foes. Sour talk can't knock me down, I'm still 10 toes. Paper chasing through my hood, that ain't nothing new. Had to weep the snakes out, that mean I tighten loose screw. Same niggas in your face, probably want you dead soon. Ain't no love in these streets, they throwing out all rules. No love, get back, thank you to face around me. Trust no, the colors in the grass. Hate to see it, nigga they want me on me. I'm here to school these why they late the class. No love, get back, thank you to face around me. Trust no, anacondas in the grass. Hate to see it, they want me on me. I'm here to school these they late the class. In these Chattanooga streets, we'll recognize really cousin my man, they over there looking at us all crazy. I'm a lullaby, they have to turn them into babies. Orange and blue, everything, think I'm crazy. Hustle hard every day, baby mama think I'm lazy. On the weekend, I'm on one, I might be. This ain't a sing-along, me and my cousin trying to eat my whole team strong. Yeah, East Chat, Tennessee, we think about cash, we think about never fade away. down. Give us a table, we turning them now. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. It's not turning them, stopping us now. Giving them mic and we rocking the crowd. Finna bring down the house. Do the monkey feet, you can walk it out. See walk, then be hot for the style. Go for the teeth, gold in your mouth. We bricks it off, y'all breaking it down. We ain't never been able to breathe till now. Plus I'm pound to pound. Boost the show, come to your town. I was all about it, yes, it's 30 minutes day. Many over there looking at us all great. I'm a lullaby, yes, it's 30 minutes way. Many over there looking at us all great. I'm a lullaby, yes, it's 30 minutes way. Many over there looking at us all great. I'm a lullaby, yes, it's 30 minutes way.
In my veins, you know I rep my hood, man. No matter where I go in the world, I'm still gon' say the same thing. Hood, FBI, everybody on my team so fly. Ain't nobody gon' tell me different, cause I rap. That's no lie. FYI, BBD go hard in the game, no get no sleep. Tryna take over, get ran over. Y'all boys better listen when the real niggas speak. Straight from the streets, J City. It's money out here, you a fool, gotta get it. $1 billion spot off the top. You already know I gotta stay committed.
I am East Jet. This shit tatted on my arms, carried away on my back. Carry me, yes, but she don't travel death. I'm doing this shit for my I'm fixing the sex. Smoking good, drinking good, with that beat in the back. Boy, socializing with suckers, we don't rock it like that. Like the playing and mugging hard, get stopped like that. So I ain't fast, just keep it moving before I catch a body like that.
Honey over there looking at us all crazy. I'm a lullaby, yes, and turn them into baby. Honey over there looking at us all crazy. Lullaby, yes, and turn them into baby. Honey over there looking at us all crazy. I'm a lullaby, yes, and turn them into baby. Honey over there looking at us all crazy. Lullaby, yes, and turn them into baby.
And we're back. Tell me, does the city of Chattanooga have a hit maker?
Yes, that would be I.
That would be you.
That's me.
And so when we get ready to close, we're going to take a break and we'll come back with another guest that's here on our show, Ronaldo, and then we'll let you close us out with the hit maker. We'll be back on this edition of Point of View.
I have life, man. Ghetto Rilla, man.
Life, man.
I have life. It's the move, baby. I have life. You're now rocking with Ronaldo. Ronaldo. I have life is in the house tonight. That's how I'm feeling, though. Yeah. Come on, ladies. Life, baby. I have life. Check how I met her, though. And yeah, I met her on the internet. In my computer, love. LOL's a smiley face. She knew I wanted to keep her done. Download me pictures, something sexy on. White shorts and see-through thumbs. She said I'm on some other shit. I told her stand in the chair. Let's try some other. Rich catch the click, the same figure. I your click, it's the click. You don't like it, you's a hater. You play too much, daddy player. My vocals innocent. The beat said I raped her. 3 is 2 guns, 1 gangster. All-star champ, no Laker. Your boyfriend's bland, no flavor. She said she needed now. I said later. I'm at the bar, straight shots. Courtney caught that. No God. Av life, I'm the top. I'm at the top, baby. Top, baby. Chillin'. Av life, it's the move. Like this. Hey, what up?
What up? I
Al Life Music. I'm Ronaldo. Staying high, man.
And I ain't just talking about the weed either, my man. Talking about my life,
Talking about my life,
my wife, my kids.
I just learned a new term, man.
Say no more.
Say no more, man.
And yeah, it's one too many, 3 for extra pennies. And a salute to cats in penitentiary. Baby, don't forget to pray for me. Caught up in these bloody sins. And the shit I write put me in a binge. I'm a good friend. I got some dope, I'm doing the speed limit. Dude, use a limit. VVS kisses to my bitches. Cartier vision, bustin' Louis on the bucket. We still hustle. 3 eyes in a cannon. Your chick too demanding. I'm too gangster to be managed. Smoking on extravagance. Chillin' in the latest fits. Riding with my old. Yeah, they still down. My head is the thoroughbred. So slick about my bread. Mine don't mind. I ain't tripping on nothing else. Dudes out of pocket better slide left. Get right. Feeling alright when they took the handcuffs off. Straight to the Ave. Told my man Ted off. It's time to get.
Ave life. Nah, though, I'm standing.
Hot man, reflected. Shouts out to the Savannah cats, man. Seaboat. Savannah G8. Ice City. 706, man. Yes. iPhone 16, Savannah wet willies. Breathing life, I'm gliding down victory. Looking at my baby pictures, knew this life was meant for me. Pose for the camera, baby. Send a shot to the penitentiaries. God be my seatbelt and ride with a G. Drop the kids at school, cause daddy love you too. And when we come through, we get the oohs in the eyes. Dual handcuffs, broad fast, NASCAR, Ave life, North Star, and the 3 wise man. I broke 9 of the commandments and I'm headed on 10. I'ma drive my mama crazy if I don't stop the way I'm living. Game was